Coronavirus has had a crushing impact on travel. Therefore, Cleveland Hopkins Airport, the number of passengers in April fell 96% compared to just 1 year ago. 5 on Your Side investigator Scott Knoll discovered some say it could be years before the airport bounces back.
To put in perspective how bad things were here last month, the airport says the number of passengers here in April dropped 400,000 compared to March. If you haven't been to Cleveland Hopkins lately,
they never been this empty ever, like never.
You're not alone.
Completely ghost towns. There's like no one anywhere around here.
Just released airport numbers show coronavirus grounded Cleveland flyers like they're troubled teens. In February, the number of passengers at Hopkins was just over 709,000. By April, it was down to just over 30,000.
The airplane I was on was more than 3/4 empty.
The nearly empty terminal and microscopic passenger numbers, no surprise to Henry Hartevelt.
April numbers for Hopkins are going to look like they've been hit by the ugly stick several times.
Hartevelt is president of the travel industry research firm Atmosphere Research Group.
When you're told not to travel, you stay home. And Cleveland has stayed home. So has the rest of the country.
And fewer passengers means fewer airplanes in the sky. The mothballed Terminal D, now a plane parking lot. The total number of flights touching down at Hopkins is down 23% this year compared to last.
It is very possible and very likely that some routes that may have existed pre-COVID may not be back at Hopkins for a while.
All of it comes as consultants prepare a new master plan for Hopkins. The $4.5 million blueprint for the future is expected early next year. But Hartevelt doesn't expect any major projects anytime soon.
No airport manager wants to be the one who's accused of building a white elephant project.
He says it could be 3 or more years until air travel returns to pre-COVID-19 levels. In the meantime, welcome home hugs take place in nearly empty terminals, where cleaning crews now outnumber passengers.
This is odd, eerie.
COVID-19 now threatening to ground more than a decade of growth at Hopkins.
2020 is not going to be an up year for Hopkins. The question is, how much of a down year will it be?
The city declined our request for an interview. However, in a statement, the airport said it's recently seen a, quote, slight uptick in the number of passengers here. We should also point out Hopkins received $46 million in federal stimulus money aimed at keeping airports open during the COVID-19 crisis. In Cleveland, I'm 5 on Your Side investigator Scott Knoll.